We can't stop thinking about some of these exciting movies that Amazon Prime has been dropping on our screens. And if you're finding it hard to pick which ones to watch, then we've got the 10 best Amazon Prime movies for you. First up is an extraordinarily humane film about a bus-driving poet and his poems, and it is aptly titled Patterson. The story moves at a slow pace and is a portrait of a person's daily routine that deeply is felt and remarkably powerful. The lead character, played with a soulful depth by Adam Driver, lives a rather unremarkable life. Speaking about his role in an interview, he said,
"Also excited that to play a character where their main action is to listen, and Jim trusts an audience that's cinematic enough."
The cinematography is simply breathtaking, capturing the timeless charm of the city and its residents with a delicate touch. The film soundtrack is equally stunning, serving as a perfect complement to the film's themes. Each shot is a painting, each line of dialogue a poem. Patterson is a film that will stay with you long after the credits end. It will make you appreciate the small moments in life that are often overlooked, and it will inspire you to look for the beauty in everything around you. Next up is a heartwarming comedy that was released in 2017, The Big Sick. The film follows the story of a Pakistani-American comedian, Kumail Nanjiani, and his relationship with a white graduate student, Emily Gardner. The film is based on the real-life relationship between Nanjiani and his wife, Emily V. Gordon, who co-wrote the screenplay. The movie seamlessly blends humor and emotion, making it a must-watch for anyone looking for a good laugh and a touching love story. The performances of the lead actors, Nanjiani and Zoe Kazan, are both excellent, and the supporting cast, including Holly Hunter and Ray Romano, are just as strong. The film addresses serious issues such as cultural differences and the struggles of being an immigrant in America, making it a refreshing and unique entry into the romantic comedy genre. But if you have ever had a crush on a senior or on someone who had no clue you existed, then you should definitely give Licorice Pizza a try. The movie starts on a typical school picture day, where the high school boys are getting ready in the bathroom, and there's a long line of students outside. Things get off to a funny start when a cherry bomb explodes in one of the toilets. Enter Gary, a 15-year-old child actor who immediately falls head over heels for Alana, the school's photographer's assistant. The catch? She's in her early 20s. But Gary doesn't care about the age gap. He is a natural romantic at heart and is smitten by love at first sight. The director captures this magical moment with an impressive camera shot, really setting the tone for the rest of the story. What follows is a will they won't they sort of romance, with the two leads chasing each other in the charming San Fernando Valley. If I have to describe it, I'd say this movie is an unconventional coming-of-age tale, with every moment from the simple lines to the kisses, from the car rides to the jokes. But if you're looking for inspiration to move on after a huge loss, then Manchester by the Sea is just for you. Casey Affleck stars as Lee Chandler, a man brought back to his hometown by the heavy weight of loss. His older brother Joe, a warm, affable man, has passed away from a long-standing battle with congestive heart failure. While the pain of his passing is sharp and devastating, it was not unexpected. The grieving process that Lee and Joe's son Patrick, played by Lucas Hedges, must endure is not just a tragedy, but a rite of passage, a journey of the human spirit to find solace in a world without the ones that we love. Despite the heartache, they will face this challenge together and show the world what it means to grieve. When asked about what appealed the most about the movie, Casey Affleck said,
"We both worked with the director before and really liked him a lot, and he's one of my favorite writers, and you know, first time I read the script I thought, well, I'd love to do that, so I think Michelle felt the same way, and you're right, it doesn't have a sort of perfect Hollywood happy ending, but that's, you know, one of the things that's great about it."
Much of the scenes in the film consist of mundane routines and petty disruptions, and what I love most is there's no forced happy ending. It's as real as it can get. Now, imagine if you could go back in time. Would you make different choices? Tim did. In the movie titled About Time, on the eve of his 21st birthday, Tim's dad reveals a family secret, that men and their lineage have the ability to travel in time. He uses his newfound skills to find himself love, and that's when he meets Mary, a publisher's reader from the United States, but an amusing complication requires him to go back and meet her again, for the first time, and his own insecurity makes him repeat their first night together until he gets everything just perfect. Just try not to get caught up in the time travel mechanics. Trust me on this, About Time is endearing, funny, and reminds us that however the past and the future might unfold and all refold in the origami of life, unless we live in the present, we're not living at all. All of us have gone through devastating heartbreaks in life, an ill-fated romance that caused us unparalleled grief. Did you ever wish for those painful memories just to be deleted? Unlike the linear rise and fall of a typical romance movie with this predictable melodrama, in the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, we don't follow Joelle and Clementine in real time. They were once hopelessly in love with each other, but after their affair had gone sour, Clementine had him erased from her memory by an experimental high-tech firm called Lacuna. Will Joel also decide to go through the same procedure, or would he rather keep the pain than pretend Clementine never existed? But if you're interested into diving into the boxing ring, then One Night in Miami is a must-watch. The movie is written by Kemp Powers, based on his play of the same name. It is a hypothetical vision of what took place mostly behind closed doors on the night of February 25, 1964, after the boxer, then known as Cassius Clay, defeated Sonny Liston for the heavyweight championship. Well, we now know him as the Great Muhammad Ali. He later gathered in a hotel room in Miami with Malcolm X, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown. Little is known of the specifics of that meeting, so Powers constructs his fictionalized account on the illustrious careers of the four men in the intricate framework of their concerns. The discussions at and around the hotel are based on racial politics, something which is still going on, something which we are still very much a part of. They also go far beyond legal equality and look towards a revolutionary transformation of consciousness. A statement by Malcolm X reads, "It is a time for martyrs now, and if I am to be one, it will be the cause of the brotherhood. That's the only thing that can save this country." Then the film fades to black on the fact of his assassination 2 days after he said it, a reminder of the enduring power these words have carried ever since. It's not easy to portray such a titan on screen, and Kingsley Ben-Adir has definitely knocked this out of the park. Watch him talk about his preparation for the role.
You repeat Malcolm's words out loud, they can be really impactful, and often the stakes of what he was saying were so mind-blowingly profound. So yeah, I sort of stay in a semi-loose character, definitely the dialect for sure. I wasn't coming out of that, and the glasses stayed firmly on my face.
This movie is so riveting that it will definitely make you tear up. But in this next movie, magic and mayhem collide in an ambitious, star-stuffed Viking epic. The Northman is all about burning love and ice-cold vengeance. The director Robert Eggers has built a visual world so carefully detailed that we could almost feel it. Co-written by him and the Icelandic poet John, it tells the story of a Norse prince named Amleth, who sets out on a mission to avenge his father's murder at the hands of his uncle. Along the way, he becomes a fierce warrior and meets a witch who gives him a prophecy that guides his path. But falling for a clairvoyant named Olga adds a twist to his quest, as he now has more to lose than just his life. Anna Taylor-Joy as the witch and Alexander Skarsgård as Amleth have beautiful chemistry, and they have bonded really well off-screen too.
I'd never call you ugly, by the way. I saw the whole film,
Ugly
and
inside.
you're doing some intense faces, my love. But you are never ugly.
Thank you.
You
I
are
just needed
welcome.
to hear that.
You are welcome.
I am.
Guess what? Nicole Kidman makes an appearance in this movie as Amleth's captive mother. Whether you're a history buff or just looking for an evening worth of entertainment, then you really need to see The Northman. Now imagine this. You are in a virtual work meeting and the face staring back at you from the computer screen is a version of yourself from the future. This is what happens to Kato in Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. He is just your average guy, living a simple life, running his cozy little cafe that doubles as his apartment. But one day, everything changes. After closing the cafe, he heads upstairs and sees his own face on the monitor connected to the one downstairs. And the guy on the screen? He says he's from 2 minutes in the future. Crazy, right? So Kato has a chat with himself, and before he knows it, other people are getting pulled into this time-bending mystery. But the more they try to figure it out, the more out of control it becomes. It's chaotic, funny, and delightfully warm for a sci-fi film. Please seek this one out if you're looking for the best 70 minutes of your life. And now, at number 1, we have a movie titled after a green leafy vegetable popular in Korean cooking, Minari. But what does that have to do with our next movie? We'll be revealing more in just a bit. Meanwhile, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel for the latest movie trends. Minari is an uncommonly resilient herb that serves as an obvious metaphor in the movie. Steven Yeun and Han Ye-ri played Jacob and Monica, a Korean couple who relocate from California to rural Arkansas with their 2 young children, Anne and David. played with extraordinary charm by Noel Cho and Alan Kim. Alan even won the Critics' Choice Award for his performance, and just when we thought he couldn't get any cuter, look at his reaction upon receiving the news of his win. Now, let's get back to the plot. Frustrated by his repetitive, monotonous job, Jacob dreams of running a successful farm that specializes in Korean produce. Soon the household expands and the movie takes on layers of intergenerational drama and domestic comedy, with the arrival of Monica's mother, Soonja. Apart from her old country ways and the weird things that she eats and drinks, she brings from Korea Minari and quietly plants it next to a nearby creek, tracking its assimilation into American soil, which unfolds in parallel to the family's own. Director Lee Isaac Chung's Oscar-nominated movie doesn't romanticize the misfortunes of the misfits. Perhaps this is one of the best characteristics of Minari. It's groundbreaking, emotional, and will make you wonder why you didn't watch it earlier. So which of these movies is going to go first on your watch list? And which is your all-time favorite Amazon Prime movie? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.